The truth about stretching. 10. Science-backed facts that will change the way you move. Welcome back to Truth Lab, where we expose myths and bring clarity to the world of fitness and health through real science-based information. Today's deep dive is all about something almost everyone does, but few truly understand: stretching. You've probably been told stretching prevents injuries, boosts performance, and should be part of every warm-up and cool-down. But is that really true? Let's find out. Here are 10 evidence-backed truths about stretching that will change how you approach flexibility, mobility, and muscle health. Fact 1. Stretching does not prevent all injuries, and may even hinder performance. If done incorrectly, one of the most common myths is that stretching before a workout prevents injuries. But research tells a more nuanced story. Static stretching, the kind where you hold a stretch for 30+ seconds, can actually reduce strength and power output if done right before intense exercise. Studies show that static stretching before sprinting or lifting can decrease performance by up to 5%. Why? Because it temporarily weakens the neuromuscular connection, decreasing force production. However, dynamic stretching, active movements that mimic the activity you're about to perform, has been shown to prepare the body better for movement, increase core temperature, and improve joint mobility. Bottom line, save static stretching for after your workout or as a standalone session. Use dynamic stretching before exercise. Fact 2. Stretching alone won't make you more flexible. You have to strengthen through range of motion. Stretching is often viewed as the go-to method for improving flexibility. But flexibility gains are limited if you're not also building strength through that new range of motion. True, lasting flexibility comes from combining stretching to lengthen the tissue, strength training through full range to build control. For example, deep squats or Jefferson curls strengthen muscles at long lengths, improving both mobility and durability. Pro tip: pair stretches with end-range strength holds. Don't just pull into a stretch, own it. Fact 3. Mobility and flexibility are not the same. These two terms are often used interchangeably, but they're very different. Flexibility is the passive ability of a muscle to lengthen. Mobility is the active control of a joint through its full range of motion. Being flexible doesn't mean you have control. A gymnast doing the splits is flexible. But mobility means being able to get into and out of positions under your own control, like a deep squat with proper form. You need both. But training mobility, which involves motor control, stability, and strength, is what protects joints and enhances performance. Fact 4. You might not need to stretch tight muscles. They could be weak. Instead, many people assume that tight muscles need to be stretched. But what feels like tightness is often a symptom of underlying weakness. A muscle that feels tight may actually be overworked and compensating for another muscle that isn't doing its job. For example, tight hamstrings could be weak glutes. Tight hip flexors could be poor core activation. Stretching a muscle that is already overactive might make it feel temporarily better, but it doesn't fix the root problem. Instead, assess whether the tight muscle is trying to stabilize because something else is underperforming. Then address the weakness. Fact 5. Stretching doesn't lengthen muscles. It rewires your nervous system. Physically lengthening a muscle permanently through stretching is a misunderstanding. What really happens is neurological. Your nervous system determines how far a muscle can go before it signals discomfort or tightness. When you stretch consistently, you're training your brain to tolerate a greater range of motion, not making the muscle longer like taffy. This process is called stretch tolerance. It's why results from stretching fade if you stop doing it. That also explains why relaxation and breathing are so important during stretching. Calming the nervous system helps muscles let go. Fact 6. PNF stretching is one of the fastest ways to improve flexibility. Proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, PNF. Stretching combines passive stretching with muscle contractions to rapidly increase range of motion. How it works. Stretch the target muscle, e.g., hamstrings. Contract that muscle for 5 to 10 seconds against resistance. Relax and stretch further. This engages the Golgi tendon organs, which help override the stretch reflex and allow deeper access into the muscle. PNF is often used in physical therapy for dramatic short-term flexibility gains. Use it 1-2 times a week per muscle group for best results. Fact 7. Static stretching after workouts. Aids in recovery, but won't prevent soreness. Contrary to popular belief, stretching after exercise doesn't prevent DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. But it can help in other ways. Promotes circulation, enhances relaxation, helps with mental recovery. It's also a great time to stretch because your muscles are warm and more pliable. Still, don't expect stretching to erase soreness. Active recovery, hydration, protein intake, and sleep are far more important. Fact 8. Overstretching can lead to instability and injury. Yes, there is such a thing as too much flexibility. When you overstretch ligaments or connective tissue without the strength to support the new range, you can destabilize joints. For example, excessive backbends can compromise spinal integrity. Passive hamstring overstretching can lead to tendon irritation. This is especially relevant in yoga and dance communities. Just because you can go deep into a stretch doesn't mean you should, unless you have the muscular control to support it. Balance is key. Stretch to increase range, but train to own it. Fact 9. Stretching won't burn many calories, but it can reduce stress hormone. Stretching isn't a high-calorie activity, but that doesn't mean it's not powerful. Gentle stretching, especially when paired with slow breathing, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and recovery. This can lower cortisol, improve heart rate variability, reduce anxiety and tension. Incorporating 5 to 10 minutes of daily stretching into your nighttime routine can improve sleep and overall well-being, even if it doesn't shred fat. Fact 10. Consistency beats intensity. Stretching. Once a week won't cut it. The biggest secret to improving flexibility and mobility is consistency. A 30-second stretch done daily is more effective than a 10-minute deep stretch once a week. Your nervous system thrives on repetition. The more often you expose your body to a new range of motion, the more likely it is to adopt that range as your new baseline. Best practices. Stretch daily, even if briefly. Pair stretching with strength work. Track your progress with photos or mobility tests. Stretching is about more than just touching your toes. It's a neurological, muscular, and emotional process that affects everything from performance to posture to mental health. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to Truth Lab for more myth-busting, evidence-based videos on how to train, eat, and live better. Drop a comment below. What's the biggest myth you believed about stretching? Thanks for tuning in, and remember, move smart, move often, move with purpose.